Cycle Hub, and today Paul's going to explain how we're going to keep the bike safe and secure and how we get it in and out of the locker. Paul.
Hi Jeff. Yeah, we've got very secure steel lockers with a robust padlock. So we're going to show you how to take the padlock off when you take the bike out, how to roll the bike out, do a bit of a check before you take it out on a ride, and then later on we'll have a look at security when you're out and about.
Sounds good.
Okay Paul, you're going to show us now how we get the bike out of the locker.
Yeah, every hub has a locker for each bike, and when you come up to the hub to do the hire, have a look at the bike locker and it'll have the name of the bike that you've hired on a tag. Each locker has a very robust padlock and the number will be scrambled on, but you will have received the correct padlock number before you hire the bike. So just move the numbers from left to right. They read the number that you've been given. It's a 5-digit number, and then press the button at the bottom. That'll release the bolt. And you can open the locker.
So Paul, once we open the locker, what do we find?
Well, as you can see, the bike has been stowed rear wheel first. We're asking people to do that. And you should secure it when you put the bike away with the D-lock around the frame and the cable running through the wheel and through the locker. The channel at the bottom of the locker has got a securing hoop. So use that to secure the bike. Not much, it'll be stowed rear wheel first, but all you need to do is just be a little bit careful when you bring it out that you don't knock the computer. It should just fit up the lip of the locker. Roll the bike out, park it securely with the kickstand, and then I'll show you how to lock the locker. Close the door, it's very simple. Put the padlock on and push it into place firmly. Don't forget to scramble the numbers so people don't know the code if they're passing the locker.
So Paul, am I ready to go now?
Not quite, Jeff. You've got the bike out. Don't forget that inside the locker there's a folder with a hire book inside. Just have a little look in there and put the time that you're taking the bike out and your name. And next to that you'll also find the helmet. There's an adjuster at the back so you can fit it to your head and clips underneath. And also don't forget to take the D-lock and cable before you go. And last of all, just make a few quick checks of the bike to test that it's safe to go.
So, are we ready to go?
Very nearly. I just want to go through 5 quick safety checks that you should always do before you leave. The first one is check the tyres, front and back. They should be pretty firm, but you can always pump them up with the pump that's under the rack if you need to. Number 2 is check the quick releases on both the wheels. They should be pushed against the frame, not flapping like this. So make sure they're tight and then the wheels won't fall off. The one on the rear wheel is by the kickstand and on the other side for the front wheel. The third test is just give the handlebars a bit of a wiggle. There shouldn't be any play there, but if there is, you might need an Allen key just to tighten them up. The fourth one is the saddle. Get the saddle height right using the quick release lever, and make sure the quick release is pushed close to the post before you leave. And finally, make sure the battery is in place and locked firmly, so give it a bit of a tug, and if it does seem to slip out, use the bike key to unlock, pull it out properly and secure it and lock it before you leave.
We've stopped now for a bit of a rest, but first of all we're making sure that the bike is safe and secure.
That's right, yeah. First of all, when you want to leave the bike anywhere, make sure you tie it to a permanent structure on the street. This is ideal. You can't lift the bike up and take it away. We've got the D-lock and cable, so the smaller key on your key ring will release the D-lock. Make sure that's around the permanent structure as well as the frame of the bike, And then to ensure that the front wheel doesn't get taken away, loop the cable through the spokes of the wheel and then lock it to the D-lock. That'll be fine, but you can take the back wheel off still, so make sure that you use the main bike key, which goes into the bolt at the back, and bolt the rear wheel. That should be secure. Don't forget that the saddle could also be taken, so you could quick release the saddle and take that with you if you've got time and room. Take your helmet and the keys, and then you'll be fine.